Rita. My name is Caterina Borsato and welcome to another episode of Regional Italian Cuisine. And on tonight's show we've got some exciting guests because we're going down that path of pasta. Now, there is nothing that better exemplifies Italy than pasta. There is no opera, there's no painting, there's no Roman ruin, there's no amount of sushi and there's no amount of pizza, that's a bit of a pun there, that can actually compete with pasta. Pasta has become popular in Italy. It's been there for years and years and years. And on tonight's program, we're going to have a bit of a discussion about where we think it started and where we think it's going to end. Now, I'd like to welcome our special guests tonight, the first being the beautiful Rita.
Hello.
Hello, Rita Macali, of course, which may or may not be known to the viewers at home. And the other gentleman on my right, of course, is the famous, the illustrious Suki.
Hi.
Buonasera. How do you say buonasera in Japanese?
Buonasera, konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa, konnichiwa. Suki has a very, very interesting story behind him as well. Now, he was born in what we now know as Manchuria. Which was, of course, taken over by the Japanese back in 1941, if I can tell the viewers at home. That's right, it's only a number. But, of course, at the age of 5, he was actually taken in by a Buddhist monastery.
And back to Japan, yeah.
Back in Japan, and basically you really were living on a Buddhist vegetarian diet.
Yeah.
And then at the age of 9, what did you say?
No, I say,
I want to be a chef.
Chef, yeah,
I want to be a chef.
Every day too hungry, you know.
Well, of course. Yes, we mustn't forget those times. I guess we'll never live those times, fortunately.
Hopefully not.
No, hopefully not. But Suki, well, then from the age of about 16, you were employed at a hotel in Beppu.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
And then further along, you went
And
into...
then go up to Tokyo, you know.
In Tokyo?
Capital city.
Yes, capital city of Japan.
Yeah, and all the most famous hotel called Gajoen.
Gajoen, the Hotel Gajoen, which is still there today, isn't it?
Yeah.
Famous, it's the oldest in Japan. And so he did at least 3 years there. And of course, the reason that Suki is actually here in Australia and has, in fact, seen the rest of his life out here, basically, is because there were a lot of people from the Australian Embassy eating at the hotel. And they said to you, we want to open up a Japanese restaurant and we want you to come to Australia. And therefore, you had the fortune of having a very generous benefactor because visas were hard to come by. You had working visas in the country. And I believe it was none other than Sir Robert Menzies, yes, former Prime Minister. And this is where he is today. And of course, when you arrived here, you went to work at Sukiyaki House. Then you opened up your first restaurant being Ibuki, which was in Chapel Street, Paran.
Yeah.
Then you had another restaurant,
Akasaka
in the city.
Yes.
The Biltmore in Albert Park. St Kilda in Grey Street.
And Turak Road.
Turak Road. He has been around the traps. Now, this man here is going to try and tell Rita and I something about pasta tonight. And the reason we're doing the show tonight is because we really have to think about pasta and run it alongside because it is, I guess, every bit as important to the Italians as it is to the Asians. Now, Rita, let me ask you something. In your studies at school, would you come across the name Marco Polo? A very famous Venetian, not having...
I was he Venetian, was he? I didn't know.
Yeah. We always bring the Venetians into it, Rita. But Rita, you know, the view was that Marco Polo, of course, brought back noodles, pasta, to Italy.
That's right.
Now, of course, Suki's going to say that that's just incorrect.
No, that's not correct.
It's not correct.
That's not
Because
right.
before 2 centuries already, he born.
Yeah.
Right?
In fact, because they have evidence of having found noodles, which were concealed underground, obviously, 4,000 years before Christ.
Yeah.
Correct?
The start of 800 BC, already in the
800 BC.
Yes, in the Middle East.
Yes.
You know, Iraq, Iran, Kuwait, and Turkey already. Then
In the Middle East is where they started cultivating the flour, the durum wheat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But interesting, pasta used to be, and Arab music, that's called pasta.
Can you believe that that's possibly where it may have had its origins?
Yeah. Actually, not music, for singing songs, that's called Arabic pasta.
And we'll be right back after these important messages.